What is going on, crypto miners, and welcome back to the channel. Well, what are we playing with today? Well, this here is the best, yes, the best performing Dogecoin miner, we'll call it actually a script miner, on the market today in 2024 leading in to 2025. And that is the Bitmain Antminer L9. Now, this unit more specifically is the 16 gigahash model. There is a 17 gigahash model that I could not get my hands on when I did order mine just a few weeks back. But the L9, we're going to play with this today. We have to get this set up and ready for my home ASIC shed. I've been running this from home over the last few weeks in my home shed, and well, electric here is getting a little bit more expensive. It's a little bit cheaper over at the Asic shed, so we're going to be sending this over there. But we can't send it as is. These fans, as you guys know, are high RPM fans. At 6,000 RPMs, these things scream during the spring and winter. And so we're actually going to get rid of them. We're going to remove them. We remove the fans on the front, remove the fans on the back, and we put in this adapter shroud and this guy. And what is this guy? Well, the shroud is from the team over at Fruition Design, and we'll open that up and take a look in a minute. And down below here is an inline fan from the team over at AC Infinity. That inline fan almost looks like a giant turbine on the front of this thing, and it cools the ASIC just fine, if not even better, at a portion of the sound level. So let me get these unboxed, and I'll show you exactly what we're getting ourselves into today. Thank you to today's video sponsor, AsicMarketplace.com. If you're in the market for the top ASIC miners, look no further than AsicMarketplace.com. They have some of the best miners on the market in 2025. To name just a few: Bitmain Antminer L9 and L7, the AlphaPex DG1+, the Canon Avalon A15 XP, and many more. And oh, home miners, AsicMarketplace.com has you covered as well. The AlphaPex DG Home 1, the Bombax EZ100C, the Ice River AL2 Lite, and many more. Finally, 3 big reasons I like AsicMarketplace.com. First, the price on their website is to your door. Shipping and import tax is included in the price. Second, they accept cryptocurrency as a payment method. And third, I've been working with them for over 2 years and never had a bad experience buying from AsicMarketplace.com. Go check out AsicMarketplace.com today and use my discount code to save $100 at checkout. All right, let's take a closer look at what trouble we're getting into today. So this is the AC Infinity inline fan. And as I talked about before, this is very much like a turbine. It puts out 800 CFM. And the nice thing about this is not only are you going to get rid of that high RPM noise that some of you guys go ahead and buy the L9, try to run it at home, and then go, oh my gosh, I need to get this hosted. So this is a great solution. Now, this unit, when we went ahead and recorded the unboxing of this video, our setup and testing, this unit was doing 3,250 watts at the wall, and our sound levels were 65 to 66 decibels. So we're going to come back to that later on in our video when we get this all set up and good to go. And the watts are important as well because we're removing 4 of these high RPM fans here. We should see the watts drop down entirely. This fan right here at top speed at 10 uses, I believe it's roughly about 110 watts. So we'll keep that in mind. So we got this high RPM fan here. And then what happens is it goes into our shroud. And these shrouds are actually specially built and designed for each individual model. So this one here is our L9. So this actually is for our fans. It actually will go right in place here. And it will connect right over to here to allow the airflow to come in. And it doesn't just go right into the ASIC, it also goes ahead and cools the power supply, which is awesome. Keep in mind, once again, these fans are coming off. Now, Fruition Design does a really good job. They give you new screws because these black screws are way too long, so you need different screws. They also give you this packet here, an install packet, and inside here is dummy plugs, because we're going to go ahead and actually trick the ASIC into not actually using the fans or reading the fans. We're going to spoof them, it's called, and we may end up needing these cables as well. We'll have to wait to get this opened up. I actually haven't opened the top of the control board lid yet, so we'll take a closer look at that. So then all the air goes through the power supply, and the ASIC goes into this shroud on the back side, and then we'll exit out the backside here. If you guys remember, have seen my videos before, in my ASIC shed, I actually have these connected right up against an exhaust duct, and it goes outside. So we got a lot of work to do here. So I'm not going to waste too much time. I have done loads of videos on how to do this install step by step. I'll put a link directly down below for another miner with the exact same items, and you guys can follow along with that, as well as a list of parts for everything that you guys see here. All right, automatically, that's right, it's done, which is absolutely awesome. Ran into a few little odd and ends here and there, but worked out well. I usually like to put, there's an HVAC tape here. I think it's like a foil tape that I like to put between the two of these before I put the hose clamp on, just to give it a really good seal. I didn't have that here, so I'll have to add that when I head over to the shed. Now, the inline fan is powered from your traditional 120 here, as I try to take this plastic end off. There we go. So we will plug that in, and we're going to put that on a watt meter so we can see exactly how many watts this is using. And then to control the speed, I am going to use a manual controller here and put it most likely on a speed of 8. And I can adjust it up to a speed of 10 if needed. Other than that, everything else came together great, which worked out really, really well. And we do have our fan guards, our screws, and also the front fans. What I like to do is put those in a big Ziploc bag, label it L9, and then I put that in storage with all of my other fans, just so I can easily grab them if needed. All right, let me get this installed in the closet. All right, we are all set. I did end up finding foil tape, which worked out well, so we got that on here. I do have a separate watt meter for the inline fan. We are going to go off the same meter that we did actually do our original L9 testing on, which should work out well. So first thing we're going to do is get our fan plugged in. Let's see if we can do this one-handed. All right, we should hear that start to ramp up because we want good airflow before we actually even turn on the ASIC. And we will hook a dB meter up to this. You can hear it's loud, but it's not that high-pitched noise that you would expect. Now we do have the speed. Here's the meter back here at a speed of 10 right now on here. And now we do have our power plug plugged in. Let's get this plugged in back here, which the ASIC won't make any noise other than, what the fan is here. So let's get this up and hashing for a few minutes, and we'll check back on the watts as well as how we're doing from the perspective of the sound levels. Check this out. Got this in while we were doing this video. This is actually an intake shroud from K-Trim. He actually has an Etsy store. I'll link that directly down below. But these are awesome. Check it out. We'll put it right here on the front. Oh, I got to scoot it. Scoot. Trying to one-handed. There we go. Can we do this? There we go. Nice. Stops your t-shirts from getting sucked in when you're working on these, because that fan is crazy. All right, so let's take a closer look. So it's been a few minutes now. Our watts are actually at 63.6, which is awesome. At the wall, we're at 32.15. So we're almost down about 50 watt difference, which is great. Now, something we definitely want to take a look at is our sound meter. Now, that high-pitched noise, I did a little bit of reading. This will not pick up on that really high-pitch RPM noise that you would hear. So if I go ahead and take a step back, we were at 65, 66 last time from right here on the stock setup. So we're just a little quieter than before. However, you do not get that high-pitched whiny noise that you'll hear right now. All right, let's head over to my Asic mining shed, get this plugged in, and get it hashing. Before we go too much further in today's video, I want to give a special shout out to the team over at Jingle Mining for sponsoring today's video. I've had the pleasure of working with the team over at Jingle Mining for the last 3 years as I've grown as a content creator and a home crypto miner, starting with the X4-1U, then moving on to the X4Q, and finally the new X5 16Q. These miners, hands down, are some of the best, most efficient, most reliable, and some of the quietest miners in the industry. If you're in the market to purchase your next crypto miner, go over and check out Jingle Mining. They now carry some of my favorite ASIC miners like Jasminer, Gold Shell, Bitmain, Ice River, and many more. Go check out jinglemining.com via the link in today's video description and use the special code down below to give you a discount at checkout. All right, we're over at the Asic mining shed here. Say hello to the chickens over there. Let's step inside. Whew. All right, a lot going on. If you guys have not seen the shed, I did a full tour video talking about everything in here. I'll leave that directly down below. But here's our L9, and we're gonna go ahead and get this, got our shroud on there. We're gonna get this installed right over here. We have a slot available. We did have some other miners that we sent out for hosting. I do have some miners in here now that are actually just facing inwards. Another one down there. We got some over here blowing some hot air towards our intake wall because it is the middle of winter and I don't want any of the filters to freeze. So it keeps it anywhere between 40 to 50 degrees Fahrenheit, which is awesome. All right, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take the ASIC and slide it in. It's actually sharing with this E9 Pro. You can see over there, the E9 Pro is only using 1,970 watts. So putting in 3250 right in here will be a-okay, keeping us on our number 5 PDU over there. So we'll slide it in, goes right into this 8-inch coupler, and then we'll go ahead and tighten up the hose clamp. All right, we're up and hashing, only for a few minutes, but 16 to 17 gigahash, which is awesome. And if you look, you see how those fan spoofers, they just go ahead and keep it at max speed to keep the ASIC happy. Whipping around here, let's take a look. Got our Dogecoin cover on here. L9 is in place and good to go. You can see we're at 5,132 watts. And what I like to do is, there's actually, I put a little screw in here. You might be able to see it. There's a hole in the bottom of the inline fan, and I put a screw in there because to stop from the vibrations. And then the nice thing is I put a screw down here, which is actually in the shroud itself. Keeps the ASIC completely pushed back and stops all of the vibrations. Now, let's take a look here. Oh, advertisement, come on. Can we get out of the advertisement? Let's find out. Nope, there we go. All right, oh my gosh, free apps, right? All right, so we're inside the shed right now. I want to show you guys just sound levels. We're running 30 ASICs in here right now. 82, 83, and I know we're gonna go out in the dark. The things we do for mining, here we go. So let's close this up. Okay. So I wanna show you guys, because a lot of you guys have asked in the comments. All right, so we are what? What are we? 10 feet away, I'd say. 59 to 60. Let's walk over here. This is the intake side. I expect this one to be a little louder. Let's go within 10 feet here. 68, 70. Now look, the neighbors are like right over here. So we're those weird people in the dark. So check it out. We're back here. 56, 57. Pretty sweet, huh? So now let's go. Whew, it's chilly. It's like below 30 out now. All right, let's hop over here. Hello, shed. Back here by the chickens. So look at all the exhaust ducts. Keep the chickens nice and warm inside the hen house and over here. And let's take a look. 72, 73. I love it. I love it. Doing well, not too loud. Nothing screaming. You don't hear these screaming fans going on. And look, the light's kicking on there. And our L9 is happy as can be. All right, guys, I'm going to leave links down below to our inline fan shroud as well as the inline fan itself. Huge shout out to Fruition Design for sending us over the shroud kit for today's video. All right, I'll see you guys next time. Take care.